Hi, good afternoon, Xintong. It's really great to
Good
have
afternoon.
you with us today, and also really proud to have you on board as a Flink Forward Program Committee member for this year's Flink Forward taking place in Berlin this October. So I'm going to, chat with you today, a few questions around, your background and what also with the recent release of the call for presentations that's been announced, what speakers or potential speakers for Flink Forward can get for insight tips of what you'll be looking for in rating those talks.
So thank you.
Oh, great. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
So first to kick off, as a program committee member and a contributor to Apache Flink, what inspired you to get involved in the project and what keeps you engaged?
Okay, so at the very beginning, being involved with Flink is more like an accident to me. So there's no special reason. It just happened. I was looking for a job related to the distributed system, and then I meet the person, Feng Wang. He was one of the earliest Flink evangelists in China. And he told me about the project and about all the streaming processing things, and I said, okay, that sounds interesting, then let's do it. So that's the very beginning. But
Great.
what keeps me engaged, I think mainly there's two reasons. So first of all, I really enjoy work with open source community, and this job is really provide me the chance to use my work time to spend the time in the open source community. So I really enjoy it. I enjoy the discuss and the exchange ideas with engineers from all over the world and build a project that can benefit not only one company but all the users from the world. So that's really good experience for me. And also in this community, I received a lot of help from others and also have chance to help others. So that's what I like about the open source. Yeah, and the other reason is like, so the more I dedicated to the Flink project, the more potential I see in it. As well as challenges. So, for example, the real-time stream processing itself is challenging enough compared to the traditional, let's say, the batch processing or something. But what's more challenging is like bringing the stream and batch together into one engine. So that part really interests me, and so I think there's a lot of problems, issues that needs to be solved, and solving those issues really uh, it, it's a lot of fun for me. So I guess that's the reason I keep engaged with the Flink project.
Could you tell me what key challenges you foresee in selecting talks for Flink Forwards and what advice may you give to those interested to submit a talk?
hmm So I think the major challenge for me is to understand what topics interest the European audience most.
Mm.
Because if I'm not get it wrong, I'm the only PC member that actually work and a resident in Asia.
Mhm.
So for me, it's like the market and the community in Asia are quite different from Europe and North America. So take for example, I heard that in Europe and in America, most people are using Iceberg as the default uh, lakehouse format. But here in China, we have like Hoodie, Iceberg, and I think it's probably equal amount of people. And also we have the emerging Paimon, and more people are trying Paimon these recent years. So I think that's the differences between uh, the, uh, the different countries, the different areas, and those will affect the interest of the audience. And I do want to find out which talks, which submissions are most interested in the in Berlin or in Europe in the Flink Forward audience amounts. But that could be a challenge for me, I guess.
Right. Yeah, I guess a bit of a
Mhm.
learning stage to figure out, how that differs and yeah, get an understanding from that European audience for sure. I guess that kind of leads me into my next question around what are some of the emerging trends and technologies and stream processing that you believe should be highlighted in the conference? Do you think that the trends that you see in Asia and the America market should follow through, or is there some other kind of technology trend you see is shaping for the industry?
Well, from my perspective, I can observe I think majorly two trends, two emerging trends. So the first is the unification of um, the whole data industry. I mean, the
Mhm.
unification of, like, let's say, stream batch processing, the unification of storage, stream processing as stream batch unified storage pipeline, right? And
Mhm.
the unification of the basically everything. So we are trying to build a unified streaming lakehouse that gathers all the processing, the storage, and the OLAP queries into one product or one project. So I think this is the one trend that more and more companies are trying to simplify their data architectures with less components. So that's the one trend. And in that trend, I see stream processing and Flink, particularly, are uh, also working hardly on the stream and batch unification these years. So that's the one trend. And the second one is the cloud native. Yeah, so all the people are talking about cloud native, and the biggest challenge for the cloud native um, is for the uh, stateful tasks, stateful computations, and of course we know that Flink is stateful streaming processing. So
Yeah.
um, in that area, Flink recently was doing like the disaggregated state management, and we are also integrating with Apache Calibre to try to separate the computing and the data storage. So that's the two trends that I observed in streaming processing, and particularly in the Flink um, community that I think should be highlighted in the conference.
Perfect. That's some really great insights. Thank you.
Mhm.
Could you share any personal experience or insights that have shaped the way of your perspective on the importance of events like Flink Forward?
Um, so from my perspective, I think the Flink Forward really provided a great place for people to share their ideas and experience. And those kind of sharing is kind of different from the, let's say, sharing ideas in the community through the emails or through the discussions, Jiras, or something like that. Because in the mailing list in the community, we usually focus on how to improve the Flink project. But that requires, first of all, consensus, decision making, and before action. And the solutions are technical solutions are usually need to be general and common enough. So we cannot just want to improve in one scenario, but harm the other scenario. So that's the community wise. But in conference, people can share their individual experiences, solutions that is dedicated to their use cases, to their company, to their needs. And those experiences are still, let's say, inspiring. So we sometimes can get many good ideas from those sharings. So that's one point that I think Flink Forward is uh, helpful in for the community. And the second one is it provides a chance for people to meet in person, to
Mhm.
get to know each other in person. from my experience, mostly comes from the Flink Forward Asia in China. On those conferences and also meetups, I made a lot of friends. And with those friends, let's say when we do the developing the project, sometimes I need some inputs from people who are using Flink in different ways that I maybe other than the ways inside Alibaba, and then I will uh, text those friends and get those inputs. And also, if we build some new feature, we want to collect some feedback. We can reach out to those friends and see if they want to try it out. So those things are, I guess, the conference bring us.
Great, that's good to hear. And any interactions you've noticed from the community on topics or areas of interest you believe that might be currently underrepresented in Flink Forward discussions that might be something to consider for the future?
So to be honest, I don't think so. So at least the topics that I'm interested in are all well covered by the conference.
Mhm. Great, good to hear. Any top picks on certain topics you think are most important or of high interest to the community?
Yeah, from my perspective, I would be more interested in the string batch unification topics
Mhm.
and maybe also topics about the disaggregated state management and so on. So that helps Flink streaming processing to work better in the cloud eras use cases.
Mhm. Great. And what do you think are the biggest opportunities for Apache Flink in the next, say, decade to come? And how can events like Flink Forward support its growth?
So I think my answer would be kind of similar to the question about the emerging trends. It's like so first of all, I think the very good chance is to do the unified data analytics. So we have stream and batch unified processing, and we are closely cooperating with the Apache Payment project,
Mm.
which is a stream and batch unified storage, lakehouse storage, lakehouse format, and we are also doing OLAP queries with Flink. So basically, you can do everything with Flink.
Mhm.
Everything about the data analytics with Flink. And we are also doing another feature called the unified cycle or the dynamic table. If you can know it by Flip 435. So this one is about so making user no longer need to care about the stream and batch execution mode. You simply just you simply just specify the data freshness that you need, and the engine will do everything else for you. So
Mhm.
those things are, I think, so first of all, it's already happening, and it will also be, from my perspective, it will also be a great chance for Flink in the next decade. Well, another thing I see is maybe lies in AI and machine learning. So as we can see, the AI and machine learning, well, it's most people will say it's the future of the entire data industry. And Flink is used in some of the scenarios, for example, the feature generations and online interference, something like that. Those scenarios that where the real timeness is needed, but there's a lot to explore in the AI world. So I think if Flink want to grow and bigger, we might want to explore those areas. That's my opinions.
Mhm. Great. So that would be more around Flink Forward support on just having a more of a voice or
Mhm.
having themes around those topics for
Yeah, yeah,
discussion points. That's
yes.
great.
So,
Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time, Xintong, on the call today. We're super excited to kick off with Flink Forward in Berlin this year, especially for marking 10 years of Apache Flink anniversary. And I'm really excited to see the outcome of the rate of the talks and how it all comes together for Flink Forward in Berlin. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.